In this video, we're going to show you two products: phone mirroring for iPhone or Android phones, or connection of Apple CarPlay. Let's begin. Step 1. We need to disassemble the vehicle, so we're going to remove shifter knob. To remove shifter knob, you have to pull this down. There's a clip. Make sure you don't lose this clip because it could just spring out. So you just go ahead and kind of pull on the clip, either from two sides or with something sharp. Pull it out, but hold it with your hands so not to lose the clip. Alright, let's go ahead and remove the clip. I'm going to use something like this. Just go in here and kind of take this out. But make sure it doesn't fly away. So in my case, it actually flew away, so now I have to look for it on the floor. Take this off. Next step, we need to remove these two side panels. They come out so you can access some screws. And the way to take them out, they kind of come from the back. So from the back, kind of pull it this way. So you start pulling and they come out. So this is kind of comes out like this, right? You see this clip locations over here. So the panel is mounted like this. So you kind of got to pull it like this. Do the same thing on the other side. So just again, same thing. These are, you got these two big clips. You got holding clips, more holding clips, and again, same thing like this. So the panel is installed sideways, and you gotta pull it not to the top, but a little bit sideways. After you remove these two panels, we have to remove the center console. There's one screw here. Go ahead and remove the screw. After you remove the screw, you can remove this entire panel starting from the back. So you can kind of pop it up, and just starting from the back, you're going to remove this entire panel. And in order to continue removing it, kind of put it in neutral drive and remove the rest of the panel. So you're going to have to separate these two panels and just remove the right side. So you're going to remove this side first because there's another screw here. So you separate those two. You see this is just the cup holder. And then you remove the cup holder and you get access to the screw over here. And after you remove the screw, you can remove the rest of the panel. So this whole console comes out, so you can get easier access to the rest of the stuff. Now we're going to remove these two panels. So we're going to remove this panel and this panel. And they come out kind of from the bottom as well. So just pull it from the bottom where you remove the screw. Make sure not to break anything. You can use a plastic tool like this. Nothing is really holding it in place. And it just slides out, right? It's very easy, this particular car. You see, you start pulling from here, pull it up, and this panel comes out. Do the same thing on the other side. Start pulling from the bottom, where you release the screw. Use the plastic tool, and this whole panel is going to come out. Next step, we need to remove these two screws right here. On each side, you got screws. We're going to remove the screws so we can remove this fascia plate. Okay, so we got the screws removed. We're going to pop this panel out. Just the entire panel is going to come out. And then remove the connectors from the back of the panel to remove it. Next step, we need to get access to the back of the screen. This is the main control, so you remove the two screws to remove the screen. Once you remove two screws, go like this and the screen is going to come on. Then you can access the connectors in the back of the screen for the installation. In the next step, we need to remove this radio. You got two screws on top and two screws on the bottom. Once you remove the screws, you can just pull it out to gain access to the back of the connectors. The connectors that you will need from the back of the screen, you will need this one, and from the back of the radio, you will need a 40-pin connector. In this video, we're going to show installation of 3 products. Wireless mirroring for iOS and Android devices, so you can wirelessly mirror iPhone or Android. Apple CarPlay, and a next generation of InMotion if you want to use navigation motion or factory DVD in motion. We're going to show you installation of, so you've seen the disassembly for each. We're going to show you installation for each. For InMotion, you only need the top plug. You're only using this plug from the back of the screen. This is the only plug you will need. For mirroring and CarPlay, you will also need access to the back of this. So if you're doing just the InMotion, you don't need to disassemble this. But for mirroring and Apple CarPlay, you will also need access this connector in the back of the radio. So it's in the back of this. In the back of this unit, you will need a 40-pin connector that will provide you with. Okay, so you're going to take the supply plug and play harness. You're going to plug this end here. Then this, you're going to route to the back. And in the back, you're going to plug it in. So after you route it to the back, okay, back there you have another 40-pin connector. You're going to plug it in. And you're going to plug in another end back into the radio, and this is going to go back into the screen. Then you're going to take the harness for the interface, and you got 2 plugs, 1 and 2. This end goes into the interface, and then you'll need the audio cable. On the harness here, you got 2 RCAs. Plug it in. Again, route this cable through the back. This cable is sold separately. You're going to route it the same way through the back and under the center console and plug it in into the auxiliary jack. You're going to run it under through an opening and plug this in into the center. This is going to be your audio. Before you log everything up, you first have to test everything. So you connect all the connectors back and proceed to testing to make sure everything works as before. You're going to plug everything in. And you're going to make sure that everything works. Plug everything in. And we're going to make sure that everything works. So before we lock everything up, we're going to make sure that everything works. You can get a switch from us. It's a push button topper. It's very neat. If you can see, it has a strain relief, so you can hide the wires and install it anywhere under the dash, any position, anywhere you like it. It's good for any interior. And then you have these 2 wires that you're going to connect to. You can connect them between red and gray. You got over here red and gray from the interface. From the harness, you got red and gray. This is only needed for mirroring and video in motion. For CarPlay, you're going to use CarPlay remote to activate all the in-motion features and everything else. But this will do a few things. So we're going to install it and get going. Okay, first we're going to test out CarPlay. So if you purchased our CarPlay interface, we're going to test that out. If you purchase CarPlay, it's going to come with this remote. This is our own design, made in USA. This is the remote control. It's mounted to the steering wheel. It's not going to move anywhere when you press the buttons. it controls the CarPlay. Back, left, right, up and down. Okay, Siri. This button activates video in motion. So video in motion and navigation motion. So if you have factory navigation and you want to use that navigation while driving, by pressing this button, you're going to hear a beep and it's going to activate navigation entry while driving, or DVD or video input in motion. If you press it again, it's going to deactivate it and navigation is going to work as before. Alright, next we're going to go to the CarPlay. So CarPlay works obviously while in motion. So we're going to test it all out. So see how we don't have the car put back together, because first we test everything out, then we put the car back together. So to get into CarPlay mode, here's what you have to do. You're going to press audio, and on the remote you're going to press the OK button. It's going to sync up, and after it's going to take a second to sync up, and then you're going to have CarPlay right on your screen. So the CarPlay, remember one thing, CarPlay lives in your phone. It does not live anywhere else outside your phone. Okay, so now you have CarPlay on top. We're going to develop another version later on, which is going to be full HD, but this is the version that analog. And CarPlay, all the icons are large, so you don't really need like an HD version or anything like it. I'm going to remove this remote from the steering wheel so you can see how it works. So let me bring it out to you over here and show it to you. Okay, so this is a Siri button. You press and it brings out the Siri, and we give you the microphone for it. So actually when you press the Siri, it's going to activate the microphone for you as well. So this is the Siri button, right? Siri on, Siri off. Now it works the same way it would work in Mercedes, BMW, or any other car without touchscreen. So Mercedes, BMW, Audi, that's how it works. You got up, down. You see it highlights. You see where the blue highlight? Down, right. So the apps you can see are wherever apps Apple allowed. Keep in mind, Apple lives on the phone. This is only to control all the apps. They live only on your phone. They don't live anywhere else. So I'm just going to show you how to do some stuff. You see this moves the map. And if you go into destinations, for example, you press on the destination, and what's going to happen is you can go, and then you can use keyboard if you wanted to, and then you can do select whatever you need to go, and then press OK, and then back, and then back. So this is CarPlay. Whatever apps you have installed, so we have a bunch of apps. You see I got multiple pages over here. You can see there are multiple pages of apps. You can run any of those, and pretty much that's how it works, you know. So if I was to start a Spotify, you see, check this out. I'm gonna open up Spotify. You see Spotify opens up on the phone. But you see, because I'm not logged in, see it says please log in. I'm gonna go back. I gotta exit out somehow out of Spotify. Let's see. Okay, I can go here and go into home. Then I can choose another app. Let's say I'm gonna go to TuneIn Radio. See, it opens up TuneIn Radio. So this is actual CarPlay. This is not mirroring of the phone like we're gonna show you mirroring. This is CarPlay. It only works on CarPlay. So if, look, I'm gonna press home and see it closed, because that's how CarPlay works. But that doesn't mirror the phone. It gets actual CarPlay apps. So it's not mirroring like we're going to show you next. This is CarPlay that inside your phone. Keep in mind, even in 10 years it's going to work, because all updates happen inside the phone. This is controller for the CarPlay. So you got, again, Siri button. You got most recent apps on top. So you got TuneIn Radio, Maps, text messages, home button. And then, you know, we install a bunch of CarPlay apps, mostly radio apps. And that's it. And then you can press back and go right to the home. You can go into phone, you can go into messages, anything you want. So this is actual CarPlay, and the CarPlay runs on your phone. See? CarPlay. So basically, you got CarPlay. Let's show you again. You see, that's what it says, CarPlay. So this is not mirroring. Again, this is CarPlay. And next, we're going to show you phone mirroring. That's going to show you phone on the car screen. So it's going to show you exact replica of the phone on the car screen. This is mirroring interface. And to control mirroring, you will use the push button. So we're going to supply a push button like this. This push button, as we showed you before, is pretty much universal to all the cars. It has 3M double tape in the back, and it's going to be suitable for pretty much all the cars. So pretty much you got this, and because it has this strain relief over here, you can install it anywhere, and it's going to look like it's factory. And you're going to press and hold one time, and it's going to activate the in motion feature. And when you press and hold, you're going to hear one beep, and on top of that, you'll be able to do the mirroring at the same time. So the mirroring is going to display on the top screen, so you're going to press the audio, and then the video is going to appear on the top screen. So when you press and hold the push button, you're going to hear the beep, and it's basically going to go video appear on top screen. And so now we have the iPhone on the top screen. So this is full mirroring of your phone. Now for YouTube, you have to use the cable. It's regular Lightning USB cable, so it's the same cable used to charge your phone. It will not do any other apps. So phone mirroring will work, all will work, but will not do Netflix, will not do Hulu, so only YouTube will work. And if your car doesn't have navigation, or you prefer to use Waze or anything else, you can run any of those apps that you like. So now you can go ahead. So we're gonna turn on Waze. So there you go. Now you got Waze on the screen. You can do Waze, Google Maps, any application. This is mirroring. It's like holding your phone in front of the mirror. Whatever is on your phone is going to display on your car screen. So you can have Waze and all its perks, the police, the live cameras, everything. And you can do YouTube. Now let's go ahead and switch to YouTube. I got Amazing Nature. So there you go, you got YouTube. So this is mirroring. It mirrors whatever on your phone screen mirrors to the car screen. And basically you can do any application, video only of YouTube or web browser. You will not be able to do Hulu or Netflix. You can do wired or wireless mirroring. There will be full digital version released later on that will do everything. But if you want to just do Google Maps or Waze or other application, you really care to watch movies, which is not safe anyway, all you need is this application. You can do both. You can do mirroring, any application, and YouTube music clips, which are not immersive. So next we're going to show you just in motion. Video in motion, DVD in motion, auxiliary input in motion, navigation in motion. So for in motion, as you know, once you start driving, these buttons all disappear. You cannot enter any addresses while driving. You're going to use this button that we supply you with. And we don't use like our competitors that are made overseas. They use factory buttons. We don't. Especially you don't want to use too many times rear defrost. It is not good for the car to press rear defrost on and off all the time. We supplied this button. It's made to fit any interior. It's gonna look neat and nice. You can hide on the dashboard anywhere you like, and it's not gonna break the look of your interior. And so the way to use it is simple. You press and hold it, and you hear this one beep. So now you drive, you can watch DVDs, use auxiliary video input, and use navigation and drive. You press and hold it, and you hear a longer beep, and it shuts off. And you can install it anywhere, and you can hide the wires behind the dash, and the strain relief is all you're gonna see. So you're gonna see just like that, and it looks just like factory. So we demoed 3 interfaces. We demoed CarPlay with InMotion that activates all the InMotion features. We demoed full phone mirroring, and we also demoed you an interface that allows you just to enable, disable all mirroring features. If you got any questions, ask them below the video, or go to our website, email, or call us, and we're glad to answer all and any questions.